All right. Ready?
Yep.
Sure.
Hey, and welcome to a brand new episode of Destroy All Movies
Show.
What's it called now?
Destroy All Movies.
Okay, Destroy All Movies.
We can go back to Destroy All Media.
We could do that. I like Destroy All Movies. Whatever. Destroy All Movies. What's up, kids? It's been in forever.
Yeah, it's been in forever.
Yeah. It's good to be back with my whiskey in hand that only took 2 fucking seconds because I just poured it into a glass with ice. Unlike my brother's half-hour fucking Cosmopolitan because he smoked fucking his drink for 30 minutes.
All right. No one was listening. No one heard any of that conversation, so we're going to go right into the show.
That's fine. Doesn't mean they don't know you, Jim.
What are your names?
I'm Richie.
I'm Jim.
Carl.
And Crazy Carl's back. What's up? What's up, boys?
Hey.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if this all of a sudden popped up in your feed because you forgot to delete this from your podcast aggregator, it's pretty exciting.
It is new. It's April
exciting
23.
for you.
Yeah. This is exciting. People should be like, wow, oh my God, Destroy All Movies put out an episode. And then, you know what? We're going to wait another 5 years to do another one. How about that?
No, we will not wait another 5 years to do another one.
Well, we're kicking off this fucking show with a doozy.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Because people are going to listen to this. They say, are they going to be talking about the Thunderbolt? No.
No, not at all.
Are they?
Are we going to be talking about The Accountant too? No. Because I will be seeing that this weekend.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
sweet.
Thunderbolts. He's going to be seeing The Accountant too, which surprisingly has 80% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. People say it's a good movie.
Well, the first one is fucking amazing, so I get it.
The first
Great
one was
movie.
less than amazing.
It's pretty great.
It was pretty. Thank you, Carl.
Okay.
My normal drinking friend.
Yeah. What we're going to be doing on this show before we talk about The Accountant and Thunderbolts is The Gorge. It's Gorge-tastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's Gorge-erific. All the kids are going to be saying that.
It's gorgeous.
I thought of that. It wasn't very good.
No, of course not. That's why I said it.
It's funnier when you say it.
Oh, The Gorge.
The Gorge.
What was the running time of this piece of shit?
The running time was 127 minutes.
See?
Sounds about right.
So before we get into our main review of The Gorge, let's just say you can contact us at what the hell is our email address again?
Destroymail@gmail.com.
Yeah,
Destroymail@gmail.com. Once again,
That's
that's
right.
destroymail@gmail.com.
But I wanted to talk about a few things. One, Thunderbolts is coming out. The early buzz is good.
Okay.
It had its premiere.
Hold on, Jim. Hold on. We will also be talking about Rad.
Oh, that's right. The Rad documentary.
The Rad documentary. That's right, kids. The spectacular movie extravaganza.
So, Carl,
Yeah.
when I looked up, because they had a Fathom Events Rad documentary, it was like 2.5 hours. And I'm going, what the hell?
No.
How can a documentary be 2.5 hours when the movie was 88 minutes long?
Figured it's under 90.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the way movies should be.
Well, it turns out,
But the documentaries.
why is it 2.5 hours, Richie?
Because they played the movie and then they played the documentary.
Okay.
So I got to see
So,
the movie
thank God.
in theaters.
Thank God I did not subject myself to that.
And I even wore my Rad jersey.
I bought
To
Richie
the
for
theater.
Christmas a Rad jersey, a crew jersey, just like he has in the movie.
That's awesome.
And the crazy thing was, I wasn't the only one.
He wasn't the only one in the theater.
I wasn't the only one in the theater, and I wasn't the only one wearing rad gear. There was another guy in the exact same jersey as I was, and there was about 15 or 20 of the rad racing t-shirts.
It's whatever turns up when you search rad movie on Amazon.
No, you can buy them on 80stees.com.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got it. 80stees.com.
A little fun thing about 80stees.com, I'm playing a place called the Roadhouse this weekend.
Yeah.
So I bought a double deuce t-shirt to wear. And my wife goes, "Is anybody going to get that?" I said, "I don't care. I will."
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Yeah. And then I had a friend at work. I was telling her about it, and she goes, "Did any of your band, anybody else in your band get shirts?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm the only idiot that'll do shit like that." Because it's just about making me laugh. But of course, Andy cracked up. He was like, "Oh, dude." He goes, "Well done, sir. Well done."
Yeah, it is well done. The double deuce was built about 2 miles from my house where I grew up on an empty.
Once again, Carl is adjacent to movies.
And they burned it down and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched it burn.
Oh, wow. You weren't an extra?
No. Bro, I was like 10.
Oh, that's so great.
No kids allowed in the double deuce.
No. Be nice until it's time to not be nice. I almost bought that shirt, and I'm just like, should I get that one or double? No, I said, no, it has to be the double deuce. And it says Jasper, Missouri on it.
Jasper.
I love it. So
that was how was the documentary, Richard?
Oh, we're talking about the Rad movie now?
Well, okay. Before we get to the Rad movie, I didn't think we were going to spend more than 5 minutes.
Fine, then we'll just talk about the Rad movie. The documentary was way cool. I didn't know that the director was the director for Cannonball Run.
Yeah, Hal Needham.
Yeah,
I knew that.
But some of the cool things,
he got better at directing.
Yeah,
especially when he had actual movie stars in his movies.
Right.
Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds wasn't a movie star?
Totally. Oh, you mean, okay. He got better.
No, not Burt Reynolds got better. Hal Needham got better at directing movies.
So a couple of cool takeaways from that movie was all the riders were actual BMX riders, except for Crew, who almost couldn't ride a bike because when he was younger, his little brother got either hurt or killed or whatever on the bike, and his mother wouldn't let them ride bikes, or his older brother. So when it was time to for him to ride a bike, his mother said no. Crew, the guy who played Crew,
the main character.
Isn't it the kid from the Christmas Story?
Let me give a little bit of background. Is we had a podcast called Film Flashback Face Off where we did this one. Were you on that show, Carl?
Oh, I did. I missed that one.
Oh, yeah. That's why you were confused. All of this was in the Wikipedia for it. There's nothing new so far that Richie has mentioned that in this documentary that was not in the Wikipedia thing, because I remember saying all of this.
Even Hal Needham.
Yeah, Hal Needham. the BMX riders, the ones who didn't want to go down the big wall.
Yeah. So when they built the wall, like they thought it was just a prop, and director's like, "No, dude, you got to go down that." And they were like, "No!" Like, so they had one kid who they started nailing 2x4s up to make a ladder. The one kid who was like, I'll do it, but he started nailing 2x4s up like a third of the way up, and then drop in, and then half the way up, and then drop in, and then 2/3 of the way up, and then drop in, and then finally dropping in from the top. And then once that dude did it and found out how to actually do it without wiping out, because he wiped out like a half dozen times, then everybody started doing it. But Hollywood Mike Miranda, when he wiped out, they were done on purpose because he thought he went to Hal. He was like, "Wouldn't it be great if when I came up this part of the track that I wipe out because you need a wipe out." And Hal liked it because if they did stunts, they got paid more.
Yeah.
So they got like paid more for the stunt.
Yeah,
So
like
they were
one
all
guy
trying to
kept
figure out.
crashing. One guy did all the crashes because he got like $500 a pop for every time he crashed.
So Hollywood Mike Miranda was just like, "I'll do it," and it was like another $300 for that one, $500 for this one.
Cliff Booth style.
Yeah, but
Again,
it's funny.
you have not told me anything that was not in the Wikipedia article.
I didn't read the fucking Wikipedia article, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for if this documentary, what was new?
I don't know. Watch the documentary while you're reading the Wikipedia page and take fucking comparison.
I don't want to do either anymore.
Were the actors in it?
Say that again?
Were the actors in it?
Quick question. Was Lori Loughlin in it?
Yeah,
no, she was in jail at the time.
Oh.
Is Hal Needham alive?
No, Hal Needham.
Was he in it?
He was, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Wait, Hal Needham's alive?
I don't know. He was in it.
I'm gonna look that up.
He was in it, talking about it.
He's got to be old as fuck.
But yeah, when the dude who played Crew was talking about like there was 2 riders that.
No, he died in 2013.
No.
So that's some old tape of him.
Obviously, it's old tape of him, but he was in it.
Oh, I didn't mean to laugh at the man's death. That was funny.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. He was in it.
Over 10 years ago, he died.
But yeah, Crew saying how bad he was on a bike and where he almost wiped out just doing the.
Carl, you may be shocked, but at no point did we ever think he was on those bikes.
Yeah, that's what helmets are for.
And Lori Loughlin was a dude in a wig all the time. Like all of a sudden she's riding and then her shoulders get very wide and you don't see her face anymore.
And her calves are huge.
Oh, I love the 70s or 80s, whatever.
Oh, yeah. It was the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rad. So it's available right now.
You can rent it for $2.99.
$2.99, and that is $2.99 too much for this movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
That's good, Carl.
Okay.
I don't. You should just stay away from it. And that's not reverse psychology. Like, I really don't want you to subject yourself to it.
Carl, I want you to watch it.
Oh.
Watch the movie. And then
you can watch the movie for free.
Oh,
I got the 4K version.
The 4K version. Carl, literally.
It's all
the opening credits. The opening credits are like 10 minutes long.
It's fucking awesome.
And it's just guys doing tricks on BMX bikes. And after about 5 minutes, you get tired of it.
No, you don't, Carl. If you
owned a BMX right in my wheelhouse,
dude. If you owned a BMX bike, Carl,
I did, but I sucked on it.
So, Carl,
it sounds right in my wheelhouse, but I don't know how it missed me.
Carl, just go back and listen to the Film Fantasy Face-Off episode where we did rad, and then you'll get the full picture.
Okay.
I had one
available on iTunes.
Real BMX race in my life, and I didn't even get to finish it. I didn't even get to go halfway through the track. I mean, I rode on the track a couple times, but when it was time to actually do the race, we all wiped out, and some dude tried to jump all of us, and his back tire landed on my helmet. and I was just like, I'm good. I'm not doing this.
No need to do that anymore.
There was a racetrack when I was younger down in Howell, New Jersey. And I used to go with my buddy Guido and his dad.
Carl knows where that is.
Well, I was telling you for you. Remember Howell?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Ask me if I'm surprised you have a friend named Guido.
My friend Mike's nickname was Guido.
Oh, shit.
So, so I wanted to bring up a couple of things. I finished watching Daredevil Born Again, and
right.
it leads me. I actually watched season 3 of the Netflix Daredevil which is on Disney Plus, of course, because I did not finish that, and it was excellent, of course. And so I watched Daredevil Born Again, and they broke up. They were going to make it like 18 episodes, but they broke it up into 2 seasons of 9 episodes apiece. So it ends on kind of a cliffhanger. But I realized something when I was watching it, and how much I have not been anxious to see other Marvel movies. Like I didn't see the last Captain America movie.
Wow.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet either.
I never watched the Captain Marvel or the Marvels or that Ms. Marvel show that they had. Didn't watch that. And I think I've come to realize, because Spider-Man was always my favorite character reading comics, I always preferred less cosmic things in my superhero stuff. That's why I like Captain America more. Like, I like the original Captain America's more, because he was a little more grounded. And that's why
other than being an asshole, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I love Daredevil, because it's street level stuff. And my favorite, like my favorite Spider-Man of the 3 of those Spider-Mans, besides the one where all the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were in it, I preferred the one with Michael Keaton, because
First one.
No, he's talking about the Spider-Man movie.
The Spider-Man movie with Michael Keaton, because it was not from outer space. It was not of cosmic import. It was him versus a villain, and on the show, I'm preferring that, watching shows like that, rather than like even Fantastic Four, which I used to read. I'm not excited for it.
Right.
It could be. We don't know. You don't know yet.
I'm not saying it's not going to be good. I'm just saying I'm not really that anxious to see it.
I liked Penguin. I thought it was great.
It was.
Yeah. So
Colin Farrell was amazing in that.
I mean, I agree with you, Jim. Like, after a while, it's like, dude, I get it. You're from space.
I think I heard. I just heard they're gonna Strange New Worlds is getting released. Season 3 is coming out in June.
What's Strange New World?
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Oh,
I started it. I didn't finish.
Oh, speaking of Star Trek, we forgot.
Did we?
Yeah, we forgot what we're going to be doing on this show.
Oh.
Is, we did a Star Wars rewatch. We did various other rewatches. We're going to do a Star Trek movie rewatch.
Holy, there's like 9 of them?
Yeah. I'm not like successive show after show after show. Maybe every other show or something we'll do a Star Trek rewatch.
I like the movies for the most part.
Yeah, except Richie has one demand, is no J.J. Abrams Star Trek.
Ugh, Jesus Christ.
What?
He's good. He's good with the Kirk Spock ones. He's good with the Picard Borg one.
Oh, yeah, that was all right.
We'll watch season 3, because it's basically a TNG reunion.
Okay.
And it really ends. It'll bring a tear to your eye. It's like no one dies. It's not like not like someone's dying, but just them getting together at the end. It ends with a poker game, and they're all playing poker. And what the director did is told them, okay, now that you did all your lines, play for real, just like actors, and we're going to film that. And because they're all good friends.
Right.
To this day, they're all really close friends. And they just had them playing it, and they used parts of that in that end scene.
How can you trust poker with Tasha Yar in the room? Wasn't she the psychic?
No, that was the end. Well, that always made no sense. You had playing poker. Like, why would you sit at that table? You got Riker, who's a fucking poker expert, right?
Sure.
They've touted that he's taught poker, right? You got him. You got a guy who can see through the friggin' cards.
Yeah, that's true.
Geordie LaForge with that headgear could see through the cards, and he does it he looks at someone's hole cards after the hand is over, which is a no.
Oh,
right.
Not
well,
cool.
they had to show it just to show it.
Yeah, so you got that. Then you got a freaking walking computer who can calculate every odds, all the odds of every hand that he's in.
And the lady
who can read your mind. So how do you sit at that table?
I mean, who doesn't need a Brent break?
Some people do. They need their Brent breaks.
They need their Brent break. We're going to watch that too, right? That's going to be part of it.
We'll have to. We can throw it in there. And throw Trekkies in there.
Brent Spiner?
Yeah.
Break? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Didn't you see Trekkies?
You've seen Trekkies.
The documentary?
Yeah.
A while ago.
Well, there's that Brent Spiner super fan.
Who used to stand on her fucking balcony because she can see his house.
She can see the area his house was in. She couldn't even see his house.
It's true. She just saw the valley. It was just like, I could see the valley. She's like, that's where Brent is. So I come out here for a little Brent break. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, you should jump off that fucking balcony.
A Brent break.
Yeah.
So we're going to do, we'll start it off with the motion picture. And yes, Richie, it is okay to fast forward through the scenes where they're just staring.
That's like half the movie.
I know. Where they're traveling through the V'ger and just staring in awe of the lights.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of downtime in that movie.
Oh, well, they had to stretch it. They didn't have a story.
Oh, they stretched.
It was quite stretched.
Well, we'll eventually get to those.
Eventually. Like within the next couple episodes.
Yeah, definitely.
I also we talked about the accountant and Andor.
We didn't talk about the accountant. We just said how awesome it was and how awesome it's going to be.
But you didn't see it, so we can't talk about the accountant other than you're going to see it.
I am going to see it this weekend. I'm pretty juiced. I have a very packed weekend. I have 2 shows back to back at the Roadhouse. The name is Dalton.
So Andor season 2 just got released. I have not watched the first episode.
I watched the first episode, but the first and second episode is out, and I'm in the middle of the second one. So
okay, but once again, Star Wars the same way as Marvel for some reason. Not for some reason. I know the reason.
You like the grounded ones,
huh?
You like the grounded ones.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I like science fiction. I'm not a big fantasy person.
But this leads up to Rogue One.
What I loved about, and I loved Rogue One,
right?
And what I loved about Star Wars were the ships and the weapons and the robots and stuff like that. But now with these series, and they're going deep into the Jedi and Force witches and stuff like that, man, I don't care about Force witches. I don't want any part of that. It's like
from Thrawn there.
Yeah, exactly. I watched that one. That what was that? Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, yeah. It was
and I'm saying, man,
Thrawn shows up.
I freaking checked out of that one.
Yeah.
I checked out of the previous one, the Acolyte.
Nope.
I like the Acolyte. And I like the Acolyte because it just showed the Jedi were not all nice.
Yeah, but the thing is, once you start throwing witches at me, that's it.
Well, yeah, I get it. They're
I'm checked out at that point.
Listen, the ending of Ahsoka was pretty lame, but I did like Thrawn, especially because he had that vocal fucking thing going that I love.
Yeah,
He just
he's casting over Frankenstein.
fuck yeah. He's just like, oh, yeah, those eyes. No, I can't do it. But he had that fucking cadence that I just love. He just didn't fucking care. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Like I liked his character.
So Andor, I've been looking forward to because I wasn't really sold on the first season until the last bunch of episodes, and that little soliloquy that Skarsgård gives when the guy says, like, "What have you risked? You know, you're just doing things in the background," and he gives that little speech about, you know, what his life is. Mm-hmm. And everything that he sacrificed to keep the, you know, to basically fund the rebellion. And I said, man, that's fucking brilliant. One, it's brilliant acting. It was brilliant writing. And I said, man, Gilroy. I said, this is what I want. This is what I want. I want more like Andor and less Jedi, more science fiction-y stuff.
Right. But I just like the Accolade because it just showed a different story, and that the Jedi weren't all, you know,
right,
super, you know, yodery.
Yodery.
Yeah. Yoda-ish. Or
Yodelic.
Yodish. You know, because he was like, "Oh, you got to be good and follow the path and eat the weird
So, Richie,
food."
since you saw the first episode, without spoiling, how was it?
First episode?
Yeah.
The beginning was cool, and then it's just another fucking annoying setup episode. The beginning was cool, and then you're just like, dude, come on, I get it. Let's go. And how it ended, I'm like, really? This is how it ended? It's fucking bullshit. And then the second episode, it started with the same bullshit, and I just want to get into the good stuff. Like the Cassian stuff is kind of like annoying, but the what's the broad's name? Moff Gideon. What's her name?
McCauley. Oh, what's her name? Mon Mothma.
Yeah, that's it. Mothma. Not Mothma Gideon.
The Irish. Tarkin's Irish brother.
Yeah.
It's Mon Mothma Gideon.
Mothma Gideon there. That stuff is kind of cool because it's that, you know, all that espionage bullshit that I like.
I loved the first season.
Yeah, it was good. And I'm sure the fucking second one's going to be great, but it's starting out a little like, fuck, come on, give me something right away. Like, I want something right away. I don't need, you know, fucking Cassian. We already know where he's going. You know what I mean? Like, let's get there.
All right. Well, I'll be looking forward to watching it.
You know how that ends.
With credits.
All right. Well, we might as well get into our feature since we're almost an hour into the show already.
Movies.
The Gorge.
The Gorge.
Directed by Scott Derrickson. Starring Miles Teller as Gorge person number 1. And Anya Taylor-Joy as Gorge person on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And Sigourney Weaver, of course, who seems to be popping up in these low-rent movies. You know, she does the Avatar thing, and then she pops up like in Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Gorge.
Well, maybe she wanted to go on vacation.
But she always plays a part like this.
Right.
Yeah, she works half a day and makes
exactly.
millions of dollars.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Maybe she just wanted to buy another house somewhere, and she was like, I'll do the Gorge.
So it's basically, you know, 2 elite snipers are hired to guard this gorge from 2 watchtowers, one on the east side and one on the west side.
How come they didn't have someone on the middle of both?
And why didn't they have more than one person?
Yeah. Because the gorge it's just a hole. It's not like it goes for miles and miles and miles.
Right.
And why couldn't they just put a fence over it?
Well, it went for 2.6 kilometers for the most part.
Okay. Still, well, why couldn't they just build a fence over it?
It's a big ass fence.
It's a big,
Yeah.
it's a big fence, dude.
That's a big still.
But the thing is, okay, they're there. They don't know why they're there. They're given very little information other than you got a lot of weapons. You got these miniguns. You got these automatic guns. You got mines and stuff. You're there to make sure what's in the gorge doesn't get out.
Right.
So, they're in these watch out. Again, I don't know why there's only one person, because that person's got to sleep.
Yeah.
That person's got to take a shit. That
And you would think that the Gorge people, the Gorgians, would figure out, like, well, if they sleep for
let's
fucking
go
8
up
hours,
when they're sleeping.
yeah, let's just go up when they're sleeping. I mean,
Wasn't it
I don't
like-
know. I don't
I
know
think-
how the Gorgians, all talk to each other.
I
I
thought
don't know
they
if they have
only came up at night.
right, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they have regular meetings on, how do we get out of the gorge?
So their counterpart that was there, they're supposed to be there for a year. So the previous guy who was there for a year is giving them the lowdown on
How to make vodka.
how to make vodka, how to do what he has to do. And they immediately start breaking, both of them on either side starts breaking all of the rules that they were told not to do.
The number one rules: don't contact.
Yeah, don't
So-
talk to the person on the other side of the gorge.
Why not?
They don't say why. Because this is what happens when you start talking to the other person, especially when the other person's hot. A person on the other side of the gorge. When the creatures start coming out of the gorge, and they all look like Ents from Lord of the Rings. Those
Yeah, well,
tree people.
Yeah, I was gonna say they look like the tree people. First time I saw them, I was like, "She was hungry. She was hungry." Are you saying my apples aren't what they ought to be? I was like, really? We're trying to keep tree people from fucking coming up?
So basically, it goes along. He shoots a cable over, goes, and they have dinner and stuff, and they fall in love with each other. And then he goes back, and then the Gorgians come out and set off one of the mines in the daytime, mind you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
Daytime Gorgians.
And he goes down into the gorge. Anya Taylor-Joy sees that, immediately slaps on a parachute and dives into the gorge to go save him.
Smart.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes, that is that's smart. That's thinking.
That's why you should have two.
Because if the whole point, right? If the whole point was to keep fucking the fucking tree people out, to get out of, like, one, they definitely needed more than just fucking a person, and two, you're the only other fucking
Yeah.
person who could keep the fucking trees out. Like, dude fell down. You're just like, well, that's how that one went.
So the guy told them stories that everyone many years ago, like an entire battalion went down there and they never came out. Well, it turns out the Gorgians are that battalion.
Right.
All, transformed. And the Ever Prince, these are spoilers. So
Oh yeah. we're
understand,
spoiled.
we will be spoiling this movie. They find this complex, of course, where they did chemical research and they caused mutants.
It's like fucking Chernobyl down there. That's why the vodka's so good.
Yeah. So they find that it was, this company doing this research from back in 1947. Oh, and the gorge guards get killed when their year is up. They don't know it, but they wind up killing them. And my wife brought up the thing when they were getting out of the gorge. She goes, "Oh," when we're watching, she goes, "Now they're going to have to get through their own defenses." And then the very next scene, they're back up to the top of the thing.
The automatic defenses.
Yeah, so she goes,
Well, they knew the code.
"Think what about the mines? There's no code on the mines." It's like,
He knew where to step.
and those miniguns,
They knew how to defuse them.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't show it.
No,
And it's not like, oh, come on.
because that would have been
added.
that would have been something good to watch.
I said, all of a sudden they're back up top. It's like, oh, come on. Then Sigourney Weaver comes flying in saying, oh, you found the Gorge secret. And they rigged the Gorge to explode.
You found the Gorge secret. They found the secret of the Gorge. A computer was woken up.
Yeah.
Was it you? Nope. Then it must have been your partner across the way. Killer. So you only have one of you to keep out the tree people.
Yeah.
So Sigourney Weaver, of course, gets caught in by her own Gorge.
Right.
And gets killed.
She gets gorged
when the Gorge explodes. And they go off and live happily ever after.
Well, yeah. But he had to fall into the water of Lake Minnetonka there and prove himself before he floated downriver like fucking Moses to meet her.
Like Moses.
Like he just fucking showed up like fucking Bruce Wayne at the end of Batman 3. Like, Jesus Christ.
Want to see all that though?
Yeah. No, I didn't want to see it at all.
Okay, then what are you complaining about?
63% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
Like it should have went to credits after he fell into the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
but you know why they did that? Gorge 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Gorge 2.
They're gonna go back to the Gorge.
Back to the Gorge.
Yeah.
Gorge 2.
Gorge 2, back to the Gorge.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's gorgeous out.
Okay, Richie. I'm changing the way we're doing that. No more crosshairs.
Okay.
We're going from A+ to F-, or don't even bother watching this movie. No
Fair
letter
enough.
grade.
Don't bother watching this
isn't
movie.
enough.
Huh?
If
F- isn't enough. Don't bother.
If you have absolutely nothing to do, read a book.
So what do you give this?
Learn a new hobby, something. This was fucking terrible. Like even you know what I noticed about Miles Teller as well?
What?
He's like
Rooster.
Well, he's starting to become Jason Bateman, just not as good as Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Like he's just a one-trick pony.
I don't buy him anymore.
No, I don't like him. I mean, I like him in like, but he's Miles Teller. Like that's all he can do.
I love Whiplash. Like that movie is amazing.
Yeah, great movie. Hated his Fantastic Four. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
He's
He's just a moody bitch. That's what I think it is. He just has that moody thing about him. He's a phony. He's a phony. I don't like him.
I'm not buying stock. He's not going to be like De Niro in 40 years.
No.
He's a phony.
He's a phony. He is.
Well, what's your letter grade, Rich?
Oh, fucking don't see it. Don't waste your Gorge money. Go see The Accountant too.
Carl.
I have a couple notes. It really bothered me that they talked across the Gorge for 6 months.
Yeah, go.
And he used a whiteboard.
And she used paper.
She used paper and didn't even use the other side of the paper. Just giant letters.
She was wasting paper. That's why Carl does not like this movie.
No, I'm not even worried about the environmental effects. She had to have a whole closet full of blank drawing pads.
That's a lot of drawing pads for 6 months.
A lot.
Because she had to use both sides, and he's like, I can't read it. There's bleed through. Write bigger.
He needed like the Costco pack of dry erase pens.
And how many dry erase pens does he have to
last
be
very
6
long.
months? Yeah.
You know they're going to
dry out.
Yeah, they try. I opened a brand new box of dry erase pens the other day. Not one of them worked.
No.
They were all dried out. Right out of the box.
You have to dip it in water and then wait 3 days.
And the whole part of the Gorge was done a lot better in a movie called Annihilation.
Yeah, that's right. Right. I remember that movie.
Great movie.
It's basically the same premise.
So do you think like like they threw the garbage down at the gorge, and the gorge people learned how to read by. So they knew what's going on up there.
They're like, hey, it's her birthday again.
It's her birthday again. Her birthday's coming up. We can go up now. It's her birthday. It says right here, it's her birthday. Finally got that vodka recipe. You know, maybe the gorge down there is not such a bad place with that vodka recipe.
Yeah, and it was like, so. Well,
I hate that the monsters all sound like every other fucking monster.
And why was there only one horse?
No, there was more than one horse.
Was there?
Yeah.
Why was there a horse?
Because that's the
battalion,
the battalion that went down there.
Oh, on a horse? They brought the fucking
they were
horses
mounted.
down
It was 1947, dude.
Yeah, they fucking dropped horses down there.
Yeah, how'd the horses get down there?
Right.
Parachute.
Just fucking lowering them. Took 4 fucking days to get them down to the gorge.
Bring it down. Bring it down.
Stop hitting. He's hitting the wall. Dude, he's hitting the wall. Again, everybody go at the same time. Same time. There's 3 horses this week.
Think of that. How'd the horses get down there?
Yeah, how the fucking horses get down there?
How'd any of them down there?
Yeah.
It was 1940.
Right.
Well, they had
get
parachutes
down there
back then, didn't they?
Huh?
They had parachutes back then.
For horses?
The horses weren't on the fucking parachutes.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't have horse parachutes. But
right.
So, Carl.
Yes.
What's your grade?
Well, you could do a lot worse, but you can do a whole lot better. I hate the monsters down below, the Gorgians. Do their voice boxes change? Why do they sound like monsters?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they have like they're mutinish.
I don't like that.
Why didn't trees eat them?
Right.
Like they were gonna eat what's his face?
Yeah.
I don't like that we're trying to be sold Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy as the new
power couple.
Big stars.
Oh, wow.
She's great and all, but she's not like.
So
she looks like Taylor Swift fucked a gelfling.
So what was with the dude in the beginning when she was talking to him and he's like, "I'm gonna kill myself because he's dying."
That was her daddy.
Yeah, I know. But like, what was like? Did she say? By the way, I'm going to the gorge.
She said, "I'm going to be gone for at least a year."
Oh, okay.
And he said, "I'll be dead by then. I'm going to kill myself on Valentine's Day."
Towards Cassiopeia, whatever.
He said, "Look to Orion.
Orion.
Look to the belt of Orion, the hunter."
So I'm still waiting for that letter grade there, Carl.
C minus. C. Are you fucking high?
I enjoyed parts of it. Pretty good effects.
Fucking Carl, he always loves a good movie.
Some of the effects when they were in the nest were kind of like The Thing. They were pretty cool.
That's what it reminded me of. The Thing. So C minus. Okay, I had expected better. I don't know why, but I expected better. And it's like, it's okay. Never want to see it again. It's like, I agree. Miles Teller is not my favorite person as a leading man. I'm sorry.
No, he's fine as he's better in like TV movie stuff.
He's good as Rooster.
Oh yeah, but
but that was all Tom Cruise. Come on.
Yeah, that was Tom Cruise. That was the
wasn't his movie.
Yeah.
And
but,
he was good in the show that Making of the Godfather. That he was good in that. But it was broken up. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was like,
that was good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like Carl, I was very disappointed in the monsters. It's like, that's what this is. That's what the Gorge.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's pretty, like Carl said, it's pretty derivative of Annihilation. And it's always a secret government project or corporate project that gets out of hand, but they don't want to destroy it or anything.
Just keep it secret.
They just want to keep it secret. Either so, how are they going to utilize that when they can't even go down there? It's like what are they keeping it around for?
Right. Why didn't they just nuke it before?
Yeah. Okay. It didn't work. Let's get rid of this thing.
Like there was a nuke down there.
Yeah. Instead and you're telling me that these are the only two gorge watchers who didn't follow the rules, or somebody else had to like go nuts. It's from isolation after a while.
It's just 1 year.
Yeah, but still 1 year. But you got monsters coming up after you periodically.
Well, you would think every single day tree people are trying to get out of the gorge, but also why are they trying to get out of the gorge?
Yeah,
And
what's
once
their
they're
end?
out,
What are they going to do?
what are they going to do?
Right.
Like there has to be a handful of them. They're like, it's better down there, dude.
They wanted some rabbit stew.
Yeah, like look how high we got to climb. Like it's cool down there. We got some nice soil. Look at us, we're tree people.
We baked a cake for her birthday.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed in the secret, and the ending was very, predictable. In fact, I predicted. I'm sure everyone predicted that the first gorge dude that he relieves was going to get killed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty.
They telegraphed that one a mile away.
Yeah.
I give this a D minus.
D minus.
I mean, there were parts that were okay, but on the whole, not worth the watch.
Again, if you're going to make movies like this, it don't have to be 127 minutes. This was an 88-minute movie.
It was a long time of not going into the gorge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This was an 80-minute movie all day.
If you want a lesson, watch Prey. It's the newest Predator movie.
Like get in, get out,
quick.
That's what I'm just saying. Like this was that type of movie. Get in, get out, possibly a sequel.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see if they improve on it in Gorge 2 still gorging.
Like I was fast forwarding to the end because I was just like, are they gonna do the whole, end scene where like a fucking, little fucking sapling comes out of the fucking ground and we're like, Gorge 2.
Then it has teeth.
Yeah. Gorge 2. We can't have a fucking plant come up. The plant's climbing the walls now.
Yeah, why didn't the plants just grow up the wall?
Right. And why didn't they just like pour a ton of fucking like weed killer down there instead of shooting them all?
Or just set the nuke off.
Yeah. Just a couple gallons of fucking, pesticide. Should have took care of it.
Take Sigourney Weaver's command from Aliens.
Yeah.
Take off and nuke the site from orbit.
But you didn't even have to nuke the site. Could have just fucking, some fucking spray down it. Like that would have been great if he just stood over the edge and both of them just had fucking
like Roundup
and just a pump. Like
a hand pump.
Hand pump, a Roundup, and a fucking mask. That's all they had. That's the difference. You're going to the gorge. What's the gorge? Well, there's some tree people down there. How do you get rid of them? Roundup, dude. They're fucking.
But the thing is, since they're gonna kill the guy anyway,
right?
After a year, why not tell him what is down there?
Right.
Don't give him the mask.
Yeah. Why not just tell him? All right.
Kill you anyway. You're not.
There's these monsters down there. They look like tree people. They're gonna try to get out. You gotta shoot them and blow them up.
How do you do that? Roundup. Well, I heard that's like if you breathe it in, like, dude, we're gonna kill you anyway. So
we're gonna kill you anyway. Oops.
Oh. Well, shit. Then
I meant we're gonna kill you with kindness and kisses once you get once your year is up.
You want me to cut it with water, or you just want me to go straight in? Yeah.
So
radio check. We are almost out of Roundup. Could we get some more, please?
Well,
Maybe
since this was on Apple TV Plus, we can't tell whether
ground clear, maybe.
it didn't make any money. So
Was there any theatrical?
So
for
there,
that?
so there wasn't. There
no.
won't be a Gorge too.
I don't think it was ever in the theater.
yeah, no, this was straight up streaming.
All right, well, there it is, the Gorge, kids.
All right. Well, we're coming out of the Gorge and heading to the end of the show.
That's right. Man, you're still good at that. You're so good at
That wasn't that
segueing.
good, actually.
No, of course not.
That could
That's
have
why
been
it
better.
was perfect. Listen, for the movie, it was a perfect segue.
Yeah.
You really Miles Teller the shit out of that one, Jim.
So, Destroy All Movies can be contacted at
destroymail@gmail.com. Once again, this destroymail@gmail.com.
And we will read your email. Trust us.
And we'll still fucking make fun of you, but we'll read it.
So until next time.
Oh, that's it? We don't have damnshow.co, nothing like that?
No, I haven't set up stuff
okay.
yet.
Well,
so there is a damn show. There is a damnshow.co, but, but it right now is not leading to anything. So
well, fair enough. All right, that was our first show back. Hope you liked it.
Tune in next time. Of course, keep an eye out for our Star Trek movie rewatch episodes that we'll be doing. But next week we'll be talking about the Richie will have seen The Accountant, and hopefully I will have seen Thunderbolts.
Oh
no.
Huh?
I doubt that.
What, Thunderbolts? No, actually, after reading some of the buzz about it, I'm interested in seeing Thunderbolts.
Really?
Are you assigning it?
Well, Richie's going to see The Accountant too.
I'd rather do that.
You want to see The Accountant too? Okay, maybe we'll do Accountant too.
Oh yeah.
Which means I have to see it.
That's right, Jim. Get tickets on sale now. All right, kids, that's it. I'm Richie.
I'm Jim.
Carl.
Good night, damnation.